writings and whatnot, blogs and whatnot, the homosexual community discussing this. Now we are seeing, going back to the unisex bathrooms, we are seeing a normalizing of pedophilia now. I'm not calling homosexual people gay. Pedophiles. Don't stop. Don't get what I'm saying twisted. Let's stay on point. I'm saying that in the same way as Dr. Francis Cress Welsing talked about in the 70s, you would never see a man in a dress. It's normalized now to the point where you have a brother like T.I. who makes a statement that needs to be made on social media. He's got a big platform. It's attacked now because everybody's like, this is normal. You need to get abreast with the times. Now there's an effort to normalize pedophilia, and don't think that
this is Zaza Ali. And Zaza Ali is an activist.
The middle schools,
you know, I'm really into her work. And you know, I bought her book, Black Matters, and I gave it to my daughter. I read it myself. My daughter really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It drops a lot of knowledge about you know, what's really going on in our world. You know what I'm saying? It talks about the effeminization of the black man. It talks about the chemicals in the water. It's talking about the miseducation. It's talking about a whole array of things that are directly affecting our people. So I really enjoy her work. So I really appreciate what she's doing for our people. And if you ever get a chance, man, look her up. Get her on YouTube. Get her lectures. If she's in your town, go see her. Or, you know what I'm saying, like I said, buy her book. Her book is out. It's called Black Matters. Great book. It's a great thing to give your children. You know what I'm saying? It's a great thing to give your family members. Great book. It's not a very thick book either. So, you know what I'm saying? It's going to come in volumes. And you'll be able to go ahead and go through that. Basically, what I really want to get on here and talk to y'all about today, and I made a previous video, but it got cut off. But I just want to talk about the what I call Kwanzmas. Because it's Christmas and Kwanzaa together, back to back. You know what I'm saying? For the conscious community. And basically New Year's and all of this little ridiculous holiday situation. I just feel like, you know, it's after Christmas, beginning of Kwanzaa right now. Today's the first day of Kwanzaa. And, you know what I'm saying, leading up to Christmas and Christmas Day, you still have people in the so-called conscious community, people acknowledge themselves, basically ridiculing Christians and people who celebrate these holidays like Christmas or whatever else. And I do it too. I will bash you Christians and all you people on there, but mostly I bash the people who say they got knowledge of self. The people who know that this holiday is fake. It's you motherfuckers I really get at. The people who you ain't never had knowledge of self, you ain't never dealt with no nation, nothing like that or whatever else. But the 85 people who don't know any better or whatever, I really don't get at you like that. I mean, I do, but I don't really get at you the way I do with conscious people and so-called people who got knowledge of self and stuff like that. I really get at you like that, though. Because for the 85 for the people who don't know any better or whatever else, you can celebrate this your whole life, you don't really know any better. I get on you because some of y'all some grown-ass adults. And although you may not know the origin, the history of these holidays or whatever else, you know on some level this shit ain't got nothing to do with you. And you know that you indoctrinating your kids with this because you want to go ahead and be a part of the in crowd or what's going on, it's cool and everything else. And that's fucked up. Y'all know when Easter come around, you motherfuckers are decorating eggs and, you know what I'm saying, buying little shit at the store or whatever else. It's consumerism for one. It's forcing you to go out there and buy all this ridiculous shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's forcing you to go buy shit for your kids because your kids want Easter baskets, they want gifts during Christmas and shit like that. So part of it's consumerism. It ain't got shit to do with people, with the propagandists to lie about the fucking holidays. Because they can tell you, okay, well, Easter is about the resurrection of Jesus and all that shit's fake too. But, you know what I'm saying, they want to go ahead and make it marketable and sell stuff to you. So now, you know what I'm saying, even if you do celebrate the religious aspect of it, which is fake too, you know what I'm saying, your kids who don't know any better, who you just indoctrinate into this bullshit or whatever else, they're going to want Easter baskets and see what the other kids are fucking doing too. Same thing with Christmas. You tell your kids, look, we are not doing this whole consumer angle of Christmas or whatever else. You doing going to church and Sunday mass and all that bullshit or whatever else. Then your kids can be like, oh, they want the gifts and everything else. So it's still pushing consumerism. I don't understand how some of you parents, you grown ass people, whatever else, know damn well there ain't no fucking Santa. you motherfuckers will go ahead and push this lie to your kids. Stop lying to your kids about Santa and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy and all that type of shit. Wake the fuck up. Stop lying to your kids. That shit ain't fucking cute. You know, y'all make me sick with that shit, for real, man. I really do. Y'all make me sick with that because I really hate the fact people lie to their fucking kids, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, your kids are gonna have their opinions and way they see certain things or whatever else. Maybe they still want to participate after they know the truth of it or whatever else. But don't lie to your kids. Tell your kids straight up. Okay, there ain't no damn Santa Claus. If I buy you gifts, I'm buying you gifts. Ain't no fat man in a red suit or whatever else buying you gifts. And then some of you take it even one step further. You take it to the point where, you know what I'm saying, like I seen when I was at work a while back, last week or whatever, you would take your kids to go see a fucking Santa and Mr. Santa at some fucking place. You'll have him come sit on some person, white person, in their lap and lie to your kids like this is Santa. Santa gonna go and make a list of things to go ahead and get you because this is what you want for Christmas. That's a fucking lie. Stop doing that shit to your fucking kids. I seen Mexicans, Hispanics, Latinos. I seen this shit when I was at fucking work. I'm out there, right? So we got a whole little fucking festival shit going on right next to where I'm fucking working at, right? All in the fucking next to the office area and shit like that, right? So they got music, fucking cupcakes, food and shit, and they got a white ass Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus coming up in there. And these motherfuckers are all fucking Mexicans. They're all Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and shit, mostly Mexican. These motherfuckers all in there. So you bring your kids, you know what I'm saying, to this space, and you bring them in there so that your kids can come sit on some white man's lap, sit next to a fucking white woman, and lie to your kids about this is Mr. Santa, this is Santa Claus' wife, this is Santa, and they gonna give you fucking gifts and everything else. You gonna act this fat white man, this fucking man is probably a fucking pedophile because he put on a fucking Santa suit. And he gonna sit there, let little kids sit on his fucking lap, and tell your kid what the fuck I'm gonna get you for Christmas. And then the person sitting on the lap, lying and faking, pretending to be Santa in a fucking suit, and the woman sitting next to him pretending to be Mrs. Santa in the fucking suit, they still perpetuating a lie that you lie about. So now he pretending to be fucking Santa, that he living with the fucking North Pole, and that he got reindeer and shit like that. Just this fucking lying, dude. This fucking bullshit ass lies. So your kids go up there, they excited to go see some fat white man because you don't lie to them. They sit there on this fucking pedophile's lap. Because you gotta be a pedophile. You want to dress up in a fucking costume when little kids don't even know it's in your fucking lap. What joy do you get out of that shit? So you got that shit going on. You know what I'm saying? And the parents think this shit is fucking cute. This is why I can't stand why y'all motherfuckers lie to y'all kids. You indoctrinate your kids into this bullshit. You lie to your fucking kids. And it just gets on my fucking nerves, though. So your kids are all excited, y'all dancing around, they get little toys and candy and shit from Santa, and they're all happy and shit like that. And then after you spend all year working hard, making your money, busting your ass at work or whatever else, buy these fucking gifts, sneak them under the fucking tree. That's the deception, too. Because you gotta sneak them under the tree in your own fucking home and lie to your fucking kids that you produce, that you take care of, and say that some white man at the fucking North Pole came and snuck in your house and brought this shit to your fucking kids. Like, I know I talk about this in a lot of my videos. It's psychology. It's becoming psychosis. The mentality of people of color. You know what I'm saying? For black people and indigenous people like Mexicans to do this crazy ass shit. To perpetuate these lies. You know what though? There's a couple of white people there too at this little event or whatever else. In front of all these Mexicans and all these Hispanic people, whatever. There's a couple of white people there. They got cameras filming the shit. They got pictures. They're taking pictures and shit. It's white people there. Because I know one of them came up to me, you know what I'm saying, and was like, "Would you want your kid to sit on Santa lap?" I gave him a sour fucking face and looked at him like, "Hell the fuck no." And he tried to play it off like he joking off. You know, you should smile. You know what I'm saying? You look so serious. Hell yeah, I'm fucking serious. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at you and you looking at me. And I'm looking at you like you know there's some bullshit. Never bring one of mine to go sit on some white man lap and perpetuate this fucking lie. I don't lie to my kids about this shit. Not the 4th of July. Not Christmas. None of this bullshit. Stop lying to your fucking kids, man. You afraid that your kid gonna be the one kid, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, you tell them that they ain't no damn Santa Claus, and then your kid go around tell everybody else, okay, ain't no fucking Santa Claus. Like, stop the fucking delusion. And that's what's fucking crazy, though. That's one of the reasons why, with a lot of you, I don't have no respect for y'all. I really don't. As grown ass adults that are afraid of your fucking kids. And you tell them, oh, let them be kids, let them have fun. Your kids can still be fucking kids with the fucking truth. You tell your kids, ain't no fucking Santa Claus. I bought you them gifts. They can still go ahead and be a part of whatever you want them to be a part of. You want them to be a part of Christmas or whatever else? Tell them the truth. Ain't no fucking flying reindeer. Ain't no fucking Santa Claus. I gave you them fucking gifts because I spent my money and bought that shit for you. Tell them the truth. You know what I'm saying? You want to decorate eggs and shit like that or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Quit lying to your fucking kids, man. I understand when motherfuckers do that shit. You'll have to excuse me. I'm just want to take a message real quick. But I mean, like, man, I really have no respect for that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I got family members who do that shit too. And they ain't never been a part of no nation group. And, you know, I would consider them to have knowledge of stuff and stuff like that. But they're not dumb either. I got smart family members. I got, you know what I'm saying, close relatives who, they some swift, smart people. So, they want to be inclusive. They want to be a part of what everybody else is doing. And they don't want their kids to be some so-called outcast. Excuse me. They don't want their kids to be a part of some sort of outcast. So, you know, they don't want their kids to not participate and not be a part of what everybody else is doing. And here's the thing, though. If everybody else is drinking the Kool-Aid with the arsenic in it and they're killing themselves, you know what I'm saying, if it's socially acceptable, why the fuck do you want to march yourself and your kids right into this type of shit? Ain't nothing wrong with standing out when you're dealing with the truth, when you're doing what's right. You know, motherfuckers are crazy with that shit, though. And it's sad because, like, okay, I don't tell my kids a lie. I don't tell my kids there's some fucking Santa Claus and all that shit. So when I tell my kids the truth, my kids get around your kids and tell them ain't no fucking Santa Claus. That shit ain't real. Same thing with monsters and tooth fairies and all that shit. I don't lie to my kid. So my kid gets around your kid who's deluded by you, a grown ass person who know better, and you tell her some bullshit or whatever else, and my kid tell you the truth. My kid tell your kid, ain't no damn monsters. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fucking Santa Claus. Ain't no mystery devils. Ain't none of that bullshit or whatever. My kid tell your kid the truth, then your kid can't play with my kid. My kid come tell your kid ain't no fucking mystery god in the fucking sky. He tell you all this shit because I don't teach my kid that nonsense. I literally have family members come to me and say, okay, well, I teach my kids there's Santa Claus and everything else. Now, I respect you don't teach your kids that or whatever else, but, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to teach my kid that. That's stupid. That's stupid. And it's sad. I'm not finna go ahead and pull my kid to the side. Well, you know, although we know the truth and ain't no Santa Claus or whatever, you can't say that around the other kids. No. You want to lie and make your kid delusional. You pull your kid to the side and tell your kid, hey, no matter what they say to you or whatever, he gonna believe in his falsehoods and his bullshit. Y'all gotta stop lying to y'all fucking kids, man. Y'all really do. Y'all gotta stop lying to y'all kids. Y'all gotta stop lying to y'all kids because this is creating a deluded society. This deluded, participatory society where you motherfuckers want to be included in a delusion rather than be excluded and be separate in the truth. So when you separate in the truth and you say, okay, well, I'm not participating in these holidays because these holidays have nothing to do with me. And I'm not going to teach my kids to. So, like I had posted on social media just yesterday, I'm saying, break the fucking cycle. It's a fucking cycle. Break the fucking cycle. Stop the bullshit. Stop telling your kids, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? You know, because you want them to have a childhood. Your kids can still have a fucking childhood. Stop with the excuses. That's my other hashtag. The excuses, though. Stop with the fucking excuses. That's what's wrong with our society right now. You motherfuckers will perpetuate a crazy ass fucking holidays and participate in this because it's considered socially acceptable. But the crazy things become socially acceptable. Shit that has nothing to do with us becomes socially acceptable. Ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Go be a part of some fucking holidays. And so you got 7 days of Kwanzaa, and that's what's coming up today. First day of Kwanzaa, you will see all this people. And me and a few other people got on people who were doing Kwanzaa too, because at the same time, you know, the guy who founded Kwanzaa, they said he was a snitch and he had some stuff to do with the FBI before he switched over and became pro-black and all this type of stuff. Right. Okay. I'm not saying don't ignore his origins too and what he did too. Take the principles, the positive shit of it, move forward with that. You know what I'm saying? Created by one of our people for our people. Cool. You know what I'm saying? I know you're trying to say it has to do with African principles and all that type of shit. People in Africa don't celebrate that shit. It's an American, it's not quote unquote African American holiday tradition. And even with that being made here in America for African Americans by black people, you know, by a black person or whatever, your white friends don't participate in that shit. None of your Asian friends or Hispanic friends, none of them motherfuckers come around and celebrate none of that shit. The 4th of July running around, they red, white, and blue, all American, blah, 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 4th of July independence shit, which ain't got nothing to fucking do with us. 1776, you gotta really look and say, where the fuck was your people at on 1776? Same thing with the rest of your fucking holidays. You know, with this Christian holiday, you know what I'm saying, rooted in paganism and Saturnalia and motherfuckers drinking and having sex and orgies and shit like that. That shit has nothing to do with anything we're doing right now. That's nothing to do with us. We're not on none of that. You really got to look back at the origins of this fucking holiday and say, well, where was my people when this shit was going on? What does this have to do with me? All of these holidays. You got New Year's. This ain't even a real New Year. And I've broken that down before too. That, you know what I'm saying, when you look at the names of the month, and I broke this down because you got October, the first 3 letters, OCT, Oct, means 8th. Then you got November, N-O-V, N-O-V, Nov means 9th. So if you keep going with that, you got October, November, you know what I'm saying, December. And then if you go back to September, October, November, December. So you got 7, 8, 9, 10. So unless you know right there, if you're really looking at the word or whatever else, that December, D-E-C, means 10. It's the 10th month of the year. You still got 2 more years before the natural New Year, which is March. That begins the actual New Year. So you're dealing with the Gregorian Christian calendar. So you still follow their traditions. Eurocentric holiday. White man said, okay, it's the New Year's, and everybody go, oh, let's bring in the New Year's, going to be 2017. That's what I said in one of my videos, like, motherfuckers really don't want freedom. Because you don't even want to be free in your mind first. You don't want to be free in your mind first. Let alone being economically free and all this other shit like that. You don't want to be free in your mind first. To be free is to be like, okay, I don't want nothing to do with these ridiculous ass customs, holidays, all that. And it really pisses me off too. Is I have met some people recently too. You know what I'm saying? One of these brothers, what's his name? Brother Malcolm, who started this one group, you know what I'm saying, with U.S. black nationalism or something like that or whatever else. He's one of these people with a lot, like, who's like a lot of these fucking groups. Who's out talking about, well, you know what I'm saying, pro-black but not anti-white. You're going to add some people into it or whatever else to accomplish our goal and everything. He's one of those, okay, all-inclusive types. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, though, when people were watching these videos, they're like, oh, y'all pro-black this, pro-black that. What they didn't see, when you really look at his videos, I peep on his fucking videos. In the background, he got a 3% flag. He one of these little Patriot group shit. White folks ain't with you. They're not finna be on your side and celebrate shit. To this day, these motherfuckers don't celebrate your shit. But you are steady always trying to include these motherfuckers into what the fuck we're doing. Let's include white people. White people don't include themselves in this shit that we fucking doing. Unless it's keeping us separate. They don't want to include themselves in Kwanzaa or any type of African custom. They don't do shit. And after next month, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be February. It's the Black History Month. Watch you see nobody None of these motherfuckers out here advocate or celebrate fucking Black History Month. Why you on your little fucking tirade about how I'm pro-black but not anti-white? We ain't gotta hate on white people. You realize being anti-white, being actually free, is being anti-white. Because you're gonna have to be anti-Eurocentrism. This language you speak in English right now, you speaking with me, whatever, you're gonna have to be anti that. And I've said that before too. I don't have to give you proper English. This is a language that was forced on me. I don't have to give you proper English. You have to be anti-Eurocentric. Everything is Eurocentric. It's fucking language, your name, it's food eating. You know what I'm saying? Your whole way of thinking is fucking European. It's all white. How the fuck are you not gonna be anti-white? I don't understand that shit. On some level, you have to be. Ain't nobody saying go out there and if you don't want to, go put bullets in the fucking head of white people. I'm saying is okay. You gonna have to convert yourself back to what your original indigenous self was. So all this I'm not anti-white shit is fucking retarded. On some level, you have to be anti-white. You have to want to get out of that mindset that, okay, well, you know, what they say is right and how they're doing things is how I'm supposed to do things. You have to get out of that shit. You really do. That's one of the things when I see that kind of stuff when it comes to groups, all this inclusiveness, we're going to include some white people and, you know what I'm saying, as long as they ain't racist and everything else, like, y'all retarded. Do some shit just for us. For us, by us. Only us. I really don't understand why you have to open it up and include other people and shit like that. And his reasoning for what was was that, okay, when the white man make moves in war or whatever else, he used whoever's at his disposal. And I get that. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? They will use us against ourselves. You know what I'm saying? In war. They're not going to make it all white, because if they'll use one of us against our own people, that's what they'll fucking do. You know what I'm saying? And he was talking about, well, infiltrate that space, get amongst them, be friends with them and shit like that. You stupid. And I say that because you motherfuckers will have white friends in your circle talking this pro-black shit. Motherfuckers will have white friends on your page talking this pro-black shit. And yeah, they'll go along with your talk about, yeah. I'm telling you, I much rather... I much rather have all black crew, and I have to only look out for the ones in my crew who might be sellouts and coons, you know what I'm saying, look, undercover agents among my own people and deal with that shit that way, than to sit there and have somebody who's historically been my open enemy and the enemy of my people sitting in my group talking about he down with some pro-black power, all that type of shit. And the fact of the matter is, y'all don't put these motherfuckers underneath no type of examination. They ain't got to show and prove. They just got to come and not be racist and want to be a part of what you're doing. They ain't got to show forth no works, no nothing. That's another thing that I really hate about the so-called conscious community when it talks about we are pro-black but not anti-white. We're not going to be against white people while we being progressive for our own people. Why? What the fuck do you have to gain by doing that shit? You got nothing to fucking lose. I really don't understand why we gotta be the only fucking race of people that gotta be like, no, we're not gonna shit on any other race. We're gonna progress our own. Every other people do that, and I mentioned that in my other video too. Every other people do that shit. They have shit exclusively for themselves, and what they're doing for the progression of their people is at the exclusion of other people. Ain't no damn Asians sitting around thinking, man, we gotta include some white people in here, or this shit ain't gonna be right. We gonna be some fucking racist. Stop the madness, man. You don't see no other people doing that shit. We're the only people who've been programmed to think that when we want to do something just for ourselves, we gotta include other people to make that shit happen. No. We've been on this planet for fucking 100 million years before there's ever a fucking white person. Why the fuck are we including them now like we can't fucking do without them? We was doing without them before their whole race was even fucking born. Especially all you motherfuckers that all you do is sit around and study what happened 5,000 years ago. Then you already know from studying ancient history and all that type of shit, you already know what kind of vast kingdoms and kind of mindsets that we had long before white people was ruling. What the fuck are you talking about? We have to include some fucking white people. Fuck out of here with that shit. Get all the way the fuck out of here with that shit. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I peep that type of shit though. I really do. I peep that type of shit when I see that type of shit on there. When you see little patriot shit, got a flag behind you, but you say, oh, it's not an American flag. You know what I'm saying? It's an American flag, but it's not American flag colors and all that type of shit. And then you want to justify why you need to have white people on your page. You got to justify why you want to include white people in the movement that's for U.S. black nationalism. It's for us. You want to do all that. And that's just like a whole lot of other nationalist groups. Which is one of the reasons why I really don't fuck with them like that. Because a lot of these groups on here, you'll have white people calling themselves 5%. So where the fuck do they fit in, though? You know what I'm saying? You white, but you're not God, you're not Earth, and you're not qualified to teach our own people. What you gonna do? If you're not gonna take this knowledge and go back and teach your people and be and be a 5% teacher of your own people, what the fuck are you here for? You gonna wear a fucking head wrap and cover up yourself and wear a fucking flag pin for what? You're not God, you're not Earth, and you're not qualified to teach original people. That's what happens in these nation groups. You get a couple white people who want to come and be amongst us to be fucking nosy and shit. And they talk all this integration, we gonna make it happen. Some of them even talk like they want to get down and take out the white man with you and all that type of shit. Motherfuckers being nosy. They want to know what the fuck you doing, what you getting down with. And it's gonna get to the point where you don't have to have agents who look like the people who are in the group. It used to be like, okay, if you have the Black Panthers, you have to have a black agent come in there, infiltrate it, and fuck it up. If you have the Nation of Islam, it's all black. You have to have a Nation of Islam infiltrator come in and fuck that up. He has to be black, look like them. But if you start becoming an integrationist group, anybody can fucking come in. You know what I'm saying? Then they're gonna send anybody there to you. You got an all-black group of all black people, and you say, okay, well, everybody got to be under some sort of examination. We got to look at you in detail, even know if you're really down with this and everything like that. And since you black and I'm black, and we can relate, you know what I'm saying? And then that way we can have a type of mental relationship where I'm you, you me, we can relate on that type of stuff or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Then we can move forward with the movement. If you get somebody who ain't even you get a motherfucker, this is a black organization for black empowerment, and you let some white folks into it, you let some Asian folks into it, you let some people who don't identify as being black up in there. Fucking, you get some Latinos who are light skinned and don't identify as being black or whatever. They want to be in the fucking group. Pacific Islanders, y'all want to call yourselves whatever, so you don't want to be identified as being black or whatever else. If you can't relate to what the fuck we go through, why the fuck are you in our group? This is shit I want to understand though. If everything about our culture, our flag, our lessons, our teachings, and everything that has to do with us as original indigenous people, black people, if you can't relate to that, then why the fuck are you going to be able to be a part of that? That's what I understand about that shit. Motherfuckers really don't want to be freed in. For real. So when motherfuckers like him, like Brother Malcolm, you know what I'm saying, gets on there and starts talking about, you know what I'm saying, all his reasoning for why we should let white people in, why we shouldn't bash white people, we don't have to, you know what I'm saying, get at white people to progress the black race and all this type of nonsense and bullshit like that or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? I watch it and I pay attention, but I can't take you that seriously. Because you're already telling on yourself. And I've seen a lot of people in his comment section and on his page talking about, like, look, what's the plan? Because right now you're gathering a lot of intel, you're making a lot of noise. What's the plan? What are you really doing? Because how is a motherfucker being a part of your pro-black, black nationalist group who's white and can't relate to a day of being fucking black, what the fuck do they have to do with this movement? Y'all gotta understand the root word of a relationship is to relate. Any type of relationship, whether it's romantic or platonic or whatever it may be, the root word of a relationship is relate. You can't have any type of business, any type of relationship with a motherfucker who you can't relate to. Other than that, you're a fucking associate. I associate with you because you white and we gotta do business together, whatever else. But we don't have a relationship because you can't relate to me. You can't be up in this black circle, you know what I'm saying, screaming black power and for black people. For what? How? You can't relate to us. You ain't never been a black person a day in your life. How the fuck you can relate to us? That's some shit that's gotta die in 2016. This year, that shit's gotta die. All that bullshit about how I'm pro-black, but I'm not anti-white. You know what I'm saying? All this, we don't have to shit on the white man in order to progress our race. All that type of nonsense, whatever. Get the fuck out of here. Why are you so fucking afraid to progress and do what we need to do, but at the same time, kill all that white bullshit that you've been indoctrinated into? Kill the European name. You know what I'm saying? Kill the European version of the language. All that fucking shit. You gotta want to be free on every level. Every level. Starting with your mentality. And that's why this video is entitled Kwanzmas and New Year Madness. That's what it says. It's Kwanzaa, it's New Year's, it's Christmas. It's all this Eurocentrism that, you know what I'm saying, we can't seem to break the cycle. Y'all gotta grow the fuck up. Y'all so in love with these fucking white people. Y'all so in love with white way of doing everything. Y'all so indoctrinated into that shit. You can't even bother to think and say for a second. Every year you lying to your fucking kids. Every year you lying to yourself. Motherfuckers are great actors, I swear to you. People act so crazy. It's so crazy the fact that everything is so normalized now. I don't know if you caught the soundbite at the beginning of the video. Everything that's wrong has become so normalized. It's gotten to the point where if I tell a person I don't celebrate Christmas, I don't celebrate these European holidays, motherfuckers look at me like something's wrong with me. Like, for real? You don't celebrate Christmas? Why not? Brother man, why do you celebrate Christmas? Sister, why do you celebrate the 4th of July? That's the real question. And then when you and here's the thing though, and then when you go ahead and interrogate these people, and you tell your people, hey look, what does the 4th of July have to do with you? Excuses though. You just want to light some firecrackers, you just want to barbecue, whatever else. And I tell people all the time, you can do that any day of the fucking year. Like I said in my previous video, any day of the fucking year, if you want to go ahead and barbecue in the middle of the summer and light out firecrackers and shit like that, you can do it any year. You choose to do it on the 4th of July because you're celebrating a fucking holiday. Same thing with Christmas. Any day of the year, you want to decorate your fucking house, have your family members come over and fucking hand out gifts and shit like that. You can do it any day of the fucking year. And call it whatever the fuck you want to. You're doing it on this day, on the 25th of December, because you celebrate this holiday. I don't want to hear your fucking excuses. New Year's, all that shit. Motherfuckers want to turn up and drink and call Happy New Year. You could do that any fucking other day of the fucking year. Call it your fucking holiday. You don't want to be free. You don't want to be free. At all, you don't. But if you really want to be free, when they tell you to go ahead and go do something, celebrate this, buy that, be a part of this, honor that, you motherfuckers go do it. If you was really free, you be a free thinker and think for yourself and say, look, I'm going to make up my own holiday. I'm going to celebrate the fuck I want to celebrate. First thing y'all need to be doing is thinking, what the fuck does this have to do with me? New Year and roll around or whatever else, you should think, what the fuck does that have to do with me? Is this my New Year? Look into it. Like I said in my previous video, you ain't studying the right shit. You ain't Googling the right shit. You're not YouTubing the right shit. Look it up. Look it up, black man, black woman. Is this your New Year? Does that have something to do with you? And then Valentine's Day gonna roll around in February. You know what I'm saying? And Super Bowl season, so they're gonna do everything they can to black out Black History Month, which, you know what I'm saying, was started by us for us. That's a holiday. You know what I'm saying? With Carter G. Woodson. That brother started that holiday for us, by us. We don't rep that shit and celebrate it as hard as we do these European ass holidays. You guys really don't want to be free. Because like I told you before, with the dynamic, when it comes to inclusive versus exclusive. So when you start talking about Black History Month or whatever else, other people don't want to be included in Black History Month. They want nothing to do with us. So then it's going to be turned into something that's exclusively just for you, black man, black woman. And for all you indigenous people of African descent, all you black people, it's exclusively for just you. So when other people who are not you don't want to celebrate you, you don't want to celebrate you. But then when people who are not you have their own holidays, their own celebrations, you quick to go be a part of that. St. Patrick's Day. You motherfuckers ain't even Irish. And then you don't even know what the origin and the root of that fucking holiday is about hating you. But you got on green and you know what I'm saying, dyeing your beard orange and you drinking fucking green ale and motherfuckers, you can't wait to be a part of this fucking foolishness. But the Irish fucking hate your ass. They don't give a fuck about you. Ain't no Irish person celebrating fucking Kwanzaa. They're not celebrating, you know what I'm saying, nothing that has anything to do with our culture. They celebrate their holiday. Because their holiday is about driving your black ass out of Ireland. Y'all gotta wake the fuck up. Y'all really gotta wake the fuck up, man. Stop lying to your kids because you want to have a little fun and you want them to wear a green shirt and be a part of fucking St. Patrick's Day and fucking Valentine's Day, Christmas, and all this little dumbass fuck. Stop doing that shit. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to your fucking kids. Break the cycle. Grow the fuck up. If you gotta be out of the loop while everybody else still celebrating this shit or whatever, so be it. So be it. Are you motherfuckers that fucking afraid of not being a part of the group? This groupthink mentality is got to fucking stop. This groupthink mentality. And that's what that is. There's a difference between free thinkers and a groupthink mentality. A groupthink mentality is when motherfuckers are like, okay, well, the group says this, so we go do it. And they indoctrinate us with that shit when it comes to church and other religions. They don't encourage free thinkers to speak out and say, okay, well, that doesn't make any sense. That's the reason why y'all sit in the masses and some preacher or reverend stands up there, some imam or whatever at your mosque, temple, or fucking church or whatever else, sits up there and tells you what the scriptures say. Even though you are not illiterate, you can read this book yourself and formulate your own fucking opinions and your own fucking way of seeing this shit. But no, you sit there because you're a fucking sheep mentally and have somebody else tell you what this says. It's fucking indoctrination. And then you tell your kids this shit. Motherfuckers who would never fucking know about this whole fallacy and lie of Jesus or whatever else, believe that shit wholeheartedly because your ass is indoctrinated into it. You never see no proof of this shit though. Y'all believe in shit y'all have no proof and no knowledge of. That's the saddest part about y'all. You tell motherfuckers you believe in Jesus or whatever else, motherfuckers believe in Jesus. You tell motherfuckers you believe in Muhammad and all this other, you know what I'm saying, shit from the scriptures, and you know what I'm saying, you believe in Amen Ra and all that type of shit. You ain't never seen none of these motherfucking people. And ain't no proof none of this shit fucking exists. It's just motherfuckers telling you shit. And a lot of you motherfuckers ain't studied none of this shit, so you ain't able to go ahead and form your own opinions about nothing. You sit there in your fucking institution of religion and let somebody dictate for you. Same thing you doing with this holiday, same thing you doing with society. And if you ever read the book, Behold the Pale Horse, you know what I'm saying? He talks about automating a society. That's what our government does. They automate our society. Just like you program your phone, program your computer, can program anything. They're programming society. Because you motherfuckers won't think. They herd the sheep. That's what they doing. They herd all the sheep in this direction to say, go shop at fucking Walmart, spend your fucking life savings at this fucking store, bash and hurt each other over these fucking materialistic things, all in the name of consumerism. We gonna cloak it in the name of, okay, it's a holiday. And then always an underlying message in each one of these holidays, though. You know, you got greedy consumerism right after a holiday like Thanksgiving, where you're supposed to be thankful for shit. It's retarded. It's really ridiculous. Motherfuckers are retarded. You know, you celebrate Mother's Day when they tell you to celebrate Mother's Day. You celebrate Father's Day when they tell you to celebrate Father's Day. Are you not smart enough to lead yourself and decide when you are going to celebrate Mother's Day, Father's Day, or any other fucking holiday, or make up your own fucking holiday? That's just retarded. It shows you the mentality of how weak people have gotten. You really don't want to be free, because if you really wanted to be free, you would think for yourself. Free thinkers are the minority. You really, if you want to be free, you got to think for yourself. Even if you got to be the outcast or look like you on the outside and everything, when motherfuckers say, well, man, you don't celebrate this, you don't be a part of that. No, I don't. They look at you funny, say something funny about you, whatever. Oh, well. At least I'm not living a lie. You motherfuckers want to be included and be loved by those people who don't fucking care about you, don't like your ass at all, who won't even celebrate you and your beliefs and your culture and everything else. But you celebrate everybody else's shit. And you do whatever the masses tell you to fucking do. You follow the crowd and be a part of this whole groupthink mentality. Instead of being a free thinker and deciding that you get all the information and knowledge yourself, study it, analyze it, and you make your own decisions. You think for yourself. No, you allowed yourself to be indoctrinated and told what to do. So a lot of y'all are still mentally a fucking child. Because children don't know any better. If their parents tell them to do something, they learn from their parents and they do what their parents tell them to do. They do. Which is why, if you're a righteous parent, you teach your kid how to think freely. You tell your kids that. That's the best gift you can give if you want to hand out gifts during this time of the year. You start telling your kids, hey, look, learn how to analyze the situation and think for yourself. Instead of being led by the masses and be told what the fuck to do. Man. So we just go from one fucking ignorant ass thing to another ignorant ass thing. So you go from the whole Halloween, that pagan ass holiday, people still dressing their kids up and going out there and doing all this silly ass shit. Parents condoning this, adults condoning this shit. Right into the slaughter of the Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? For Thanksgiving, which we're still perpetuating that degree of white supremacy, that level of racism. This country celebrates that holiday. They celebrate holidays that are race-filled. This is what y'all don't understand. We live in a country, you know what I'm saying, with all types of people who represent the whole human family of planet Earth, all the way from the original black man to the fucking white man. The whole spectrum in this fucking country. But we celebrate fucking racist holidays in this country. And I say we because these white folks come up with these racist-ass holidays, and black folks, in addition to celebrate that shit too. You celebrate their slaughter of you. Their extermination of you. But they don't, you know what? And in a way, not to give them too much fucking credit, but in a way, they avoid you, everything about you. And they pick and choose exactly what they're going to go ahead and assimilate from your culture. So they don't go ahead and say, well, I want to be a part of Kwanzaa or any type of indigenous culture, whatever, unless they're going to steal it and claim it for their own. They don't want to be a part of it and have you be, you know what I'm saying, the founder and owner of that shit. No, they'll be a part of it to own that shit. I mean, if you let them, they'll steal everything from you. They'll steal your fucking dashiki and say they originated that shit. They'll steal your dreadlocks and your cornrows and say they originated that shit. That's what they're doing right now. Appropriating your fucking culture. They don't want to be a part of your culture and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I want to be immersed in your culture and everything like that because I have an appreciation for it and shit. Like, no. They're going to steal your shit and say it was their shit, say they invented it. This is what they do. It's like they're stealing the history of Egypt and saying that Egyptians were white. And that, you know what I'm saying, all the greatness of building pyramids and all that dumbass shit. And I call it dumbass shit because, honestly, this shit happened all over the fucking globe. We all know that. We all know that our people built pyramids all over the globe. We have vast civilization all over the fucking globe. And white folks wasn't doing shit and hanging out in the fucking hillsides and caves over in Europe. And we all know logically you motherfuckers couldn't survive in the environment in Africa, North Africa anyway. We know logically you motherfuckers, if you could build such vast civilizations over in Egypt and build pyramids and shit, you should do that shit in Europe where you from. Why the fuck you come to Africa, build that civilization, and go back to fucking Europe and don't do that shit on your own? You motherfuckers had to be taken out of the fucking you had to be taken out of the fucking dark ages. When our people was traveling there, y'all motherfuckers in the fucking dark age. You motherfuckers was barely eating, barely washing your ass, living with animals and shit. Illiterate. How the fuck was you motherfuckers was living in hills and hillsides? Was barely washing your ass, barely fucking eating, barely fucking be able to read, living with animals, eating raw, uncooked food, talking about you built vast civilizations in Africa. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, dude. That's the shit I'm talking about, man. But they do that shit to take your culture, to appropriate your culture, take your shit from you. That's what the fuck they do. They don't want to integrate themselves into what the fuck you doing. No. They say, oh, okay, well, y'all was, you know what I'm saying, great 5,000 years ago, and y'all had all this advanced civilization 5,000 years ago. We'll take that shit. That's our shit. Oh, y'all got the new hairstyle or whatever else. We'll take that shit and say it's ours. We'll take your food and call it ours. Oh, is that a burrito? You know what I'm saying? No, we'll call it a wrap. It's white now. You see, we don't fucking think. We don't think, okay, well, we need to go ahead and take everything. We need to think like that. In a way, we really do need to think like that. Because all this shit is ours anyways. We're the original indigenous people of this fucking planet. All this shit is ours anyways. So you let a fucking mutant on the fucking planet, a minority on the fucking planet, come and take all this shit from you. Walk amongst you, be your friend, and be like, hey, cool. And then when they see what the fuck you got, they take your shit and say, no, it's mine. I invented this. I came up with this. And they're interested in you trying to be their fucking friend and shit. You go, yeah, well, I guess you did invent it. I guess you come up with it. Fuck out of here. But at the same time, still after all these years, and after their whole history, after everything they've done, after everything they keep on doing, you motherfuckers are still talking about we are pro-black but not anti-white. We're not going to go ahead and be for the progression of our people at the same time with the aggression and hate on white folks. Fuck you mean? We don't owe them no motherfucking mercy. We don't owe white folks no damn mercy. At all. Stop the bullshit. These motherfuckers know that they really deserve revenge on behalf of all original indigenous people, all of us black people. They really deserve revenge. But see, a lot of us ain't built for that. This is the reason why a lot of you motherfuckers will shake hands with them and, you know what I'm saying, forgive them and all this type of shit. And then they poison you with the fucking Christianity and all that type of shit. And religion got you thinking that, oh, just be the better person, take the moral high road, all that type of shit like that. So a lot of you motherfuckers ain't built like that. But they know some of us are. Some of us, you do some wrong to us and our family, we're gonna do some wrong to you. Fuck you mean? Ain't no forgive and forget, let's get along after the fuck you've been doing some shit to me. These motherfuckers are deserving of revenge. And we've been going ahead and forgiving these motherfuckers for everything. That's what the fuck we've been doing. There's a whole lot of forgiveness shit. Motherfuckers need to do is get off that bullshit. Stop lying to your kids about these fucking holidays. Stop lying to yourself. Stop trying to be a part of a Christmas party at work, whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Be you. Be separate from all this bullshit. Quit being afraid. Quit being a sheep. Quit being a part of this groupthink mentality. Be a free thinker. Be a revolutionary, because revolutionary means to turn around. A revolution is to turn something around. So, okay, stop being a part of the fucking cycle. Turn this shit around for you. And yeah, you're going to lose some friends and some family members because they want to stay sheep. They want to stay on the fucking plantation. You're going to lose some friends and some family. Oh, well. They weren't meant for you anyways. They weren't. They weren't meant to be down for you anyways. Because if you come to your family and your friends and other people, your own people, with the truth, and you tell them, hey, this ain't got nothing to do with us, this ain't for us, this ain't about us, and these motherfuckers still want to be about that bullshit after knowing the fucking truth, after knowing what you're saying, because they want to be accepted, you're going to lose some friends and family. Oh, well. It's just, it's ridiculous. I got over that shit real quickly because when I got knowledge of stuff, I realized I lost friends, family members. Like, a lot of people don't want to associate, talk with you. A lot of people label you shit or whatever. Oh, well. I'm not living a lie like you. I'm not dealing with these fucking holidays. I'm not lying to my kids or whatever. I'm not doing none of that shit. And I speak the truth about how motherfuckers who are not black people will celebrate on black. They don't want shit to do with us. But you want everything to do with them. And they practice group economics. So when they economics are group based, they say, okay, we are this particular racial group, and they do shit just for the progression of their people. You know what I'm saying? They don't call it racism. They do what the fuck they do. You know what I'm saying? Hispanic shit for Hispanic people, Asian shit for Asian people, Jewish shit for Jewish people, white folks shit for white folks people. But the second black folks are like, oh, let's be pro-black and anti every other fucking group because we're gonna be us first, race first. It's a fucking problem. Now we all know race first is some white people shit. They've been doing that. They've been having all white institutions doing their thing. But all other group does that shit too. You know what I'm saying? We all know Native Americans on fucking reservations and motherfuckers ain't helping black folks get no damn land. We're not integrating like that. I hate to say it. You got some people who do, but a lot of them ain't. You know, a lot of times you'll get some motherfuckers who are, you know what I'm saying, people of color who will stand by black people and do some shit with us, but honestly, a lot of them are indoctrinated like your black ass is. So they don't want to do shit with you. They don't want to do shit with you. These motherfuckers will go and celebrate Cinco de Mayo and everything else, you know what I'm saying, that has to do with somebody else's fucking culture except black folks. They don't want to learn about some shit you're doing. And you don't believe me though, some of you got white friends and got, you know, friends like that, white friends and all that. Tell them you joined the nation. Tell them you're part of the Black Panther group. Mm-hmm. Start being more Afrocentric and watch your white friends just stop fucking with you altogether. They cool with you as long as on some level they feel like you don't like you and you want to be accepted by them. As you start to get more Afrocentric, you start to get more, you know what I'm saying, into your indigenous roots and everything else, and you start being more for your people, them motherfuckers don't want nothing to do with you. I bet you. I promise you that's exactly what the fuck's gonna happen. Go do that shit. Go tell your white friends that, hey, this is the fuck I'm doing. I'm gonna join the nation. I'm gonna be a part of these community groups and shit for black people, and I'm gonna do all this shit. Go change your fucking name from that European name to a fucking name that's more suitable, you know what I'm saying, as a black and indigenous person, and watch how they treat you. They cool with you being black and your name fucking Ralph or David, Matthew. But when you got your own name from your own culture for you, these motherfuckers don't like that shit. Even when black folks make up our own names. When we make up Shaniqua, when we make up shit like that. And we make up names, motherfuckers get mad about that shit. And they hate when you want to be other than what the fuck they want you to be. You don't believe me? Look at fucking Muhammad Ali. To this day, you still got white folks calling him Cassius Clay. Cassius Clay. They'll say, oh, Cassius Clay, also known as Muhammad Ali. Or they'll say Muhammad Ali, formerly known as Cassius Clay. They always got to throw in the fucking slave name to let you know, hey, look, we don't fuck with your name that you call yourself or what you identify yourself as. They do the same thing with Malcolm X, El-Haj Malik El-Shabazz. These motherfuckers still will bring up Malcolm Little. They got to call you Malcolm Little. Malcolm Little, who became Malcolm X, or Malcolm X, formerly known as Malcolm Little. They do the same thing with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. They got to make sure they say, oh, Elijah Poole, who became the Elijah Muhammad. They're not a respecter of people. And I'm going to tell you that, though. Their whole history, if you would actually look at their fucking history, they're not a respecter of people. So they're not going to go ahead and look at your history and be like, oh, you know what? I respect what you come from and everything else. No. You look at their history, and you're gonna see for yourself that they don't respect your name, your culture, treaties, boundaries, nothing. They don't respect none of that. They don't respect the bond between mother and child, man and woman. They don't respect your religious customs, nothing. They're not a respecter of people. They don't respect none of that shit. At all. So if you knew this from their history, then you would know damn well white folks want to come up and be a part of your pro-black, for the black people group or whatever else. You would know this is the mentality that comes from 1,000 years of what these white folks been doing. They're not a respecter of people, so they're not going to come in here. Number one, they can't relate because they never been you. Number two, they're not going to come in here and be like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? I respect what y'all doing and what y'all coming from. At some point, they're going to be like the example that I gave you. If it don't concern them, ain't got nothing to do with it, they can't relate to it and everything else, they're going to be against it. They're going to be against it. That's going to be the first motherfucker to turn on you, flip on you. I have to excuse me. I mean, like coughing for the whole video. I got a little bit of a cough. Hopefully, it'll be gone by the next video I do. But yeah, that's the shit I'm talking about. So miss me with the whole, you know what I'm saying, pro-black but not anti-white bullshit. Miss me with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You can miss me with the excuses for why you celebrate holidays with your family. Miss me with that bullshit too. just miss me with all that shit. You sound fucking retarded as fuck. You really do. But that's all I really want to say. Peace, y'all.